Einen wunderschönen guten Tag wünsche ich euch. Herzlich willkommen zu einem weiteren Part Let's Play Genshin Impact. Ja, im letzten Part haben wir die Story rund um Dane abgeschlossen. Und heute wollen wir vielleicht so gegen Ende des Parts nach Inazuma reisen. Allerdings müssen wir dafür zunächst einmal die nächste Quest aktivieren. Ein Weg durch den Sturm. Und wir sollen die Aussicht in Liyue genießen. Dann würde ich sagen, machen wir das doch mal. In Liyue waren wir jetzt auch lange nicht mehr. Zumindest haben wir lange die Aussicht nicht mehr genossen. Seit dem Laternenritual nicht mehr.
Are you okay? Paimon never imagined your sister would have sided with the abyss.
Ja, ich kann es immer noch nicht akzeptieren.
Well, keep your chin up. Paimon believes in both of you. And when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Right?
Da scheint einiges im Verborgenen zu liegen. Ja, wer es nicht gesehen hat, im letzten Part haben wir ja einige Vermutungen angestellt, was denn so verborgen sein könnte in der Welt von Genshin Impact. Ja, wer den Part nicht gesehen hat, empfehle ich am Ende des Videos mal die Playlist anzuschauen. Da sind die alten Parts alle verlinkt für euch. Und wer den Part schon gesehen hat, der weiß ja, wovon ich gerade gesprochen habe.
She said we needed to reach the end of our journey.
Genau.
Paimon bets she still has lots more to tell us. And we won't find out what this journey is or where it will end unless we keep going.
Danke dir, Paimon.
Don't mention it, partner. Travel buddies are supposed to look out for one another. Although, where should we go next? If we want to continue with the journey...
Ja, diese unbekannte Gottheit haben wir auch noch nicht gefunden.
Oh, you mean the god that took your sister away in the first place?
Ja.
You're right.
Mich würde auch noch interessieren, wie sie denn danach quasi wieder in die Welt gekommen ist. Ich brauche Antworten von ihr.
Yeah, Paimon bets she's the key to understanding this whole mystery. Well, we've ruled out two gods so far, the Animo and Geo Archons. So, next...
Lass uns den Elektro-Archon finden. Eigentlich, was ich cool gefunden hätte an dieser Stelle, wäre, wenn wir jetzt auch hätten sagen können, wir gehen nach Sumeru und machen dort das zuerst. Aber vielleicht kommt das noch irgendwann ins Spiel, dass man sich dann die Route ein bisschen aussuchen kann. Weil rein theoretisch, wir waren ja schon in Sumeru und wir können ja quasi auch nach Sumeru gehen und dort Zeug machen. Zum Beispiel das eine Event von Lisa haben wir ja dort gemacht. Deswegen finde ich es ein bisschen blöd, dass wir jetzt nicht einfach sagen können, nein, Inazuma ist sowieso gerade im Lockdown, lass uns nach Sumeru gehen.
Paimon doesn't think we can simply walk into Inazuma. Zhongli said it was a closed nation.
Yep.
We'll have to find some other way in. Why don't we ask someone from Inazuma how to gain entrance?
Ich bin mir sicher, es gibt da jemanden, den wir kennen.
Oh, Paimon's thought of someone already. Atsuko in Liyue Harbor. She's from Inazuma. Let's see what she has to say.
Alles klar, dann reden wir mal mit ihr. Kapitel 2, Prolog. Herbstwinde, tiefrote Blätter. Und wir müssen Atsuko fragen. Dann würde ich sagen, TPen wir uns mal rein nach Liyue. Und dann gehen wir mal zu Atsuko. Hi.
Oh. Hello. Oh, I mean good fortune, right? I'm still learning to talk like a local. Is there anything I can help you with?
Ja, wir wollen nach Inazuma.
How do we get into Inazuma?
Oh, so that's why you're here. Well, there is a way,
Okay.
Right! We came to the right person!
but the chance of success is incredibly small.
Incredibly small? Then how did you get out of Inazuma in the first place?
It was in leaving Inazuma that I found out just how dangerous this method truly was. All I had to rely on was a little wooden raft that I'd put together myself. There was a storm raging ahead of me, and my pursuers were close on my tail. After I'd escaped their clutches, I floated on the open ocean for I don't know how many days. My rations and fresh water supply soon ran out, and I remember getting to the point where I was sure I'd reached the end.
Okay.
I blacked
Sprich,
out. But
wir müssen
to my
versuchen,
surprise,
auf einem Floß.
my journey didn't end there. Or to put it another way, a new beginning found me.
Ja, wir müssen also irgendwie einen Floß bauen und nach Inazuma reisen. Das klingt nach einer Menge Arbeit. Gibt es nicht irgendwelche Handelsschiffe? Naja, vielleicht nicht zwingend im Lockdown, aber mal schauen, wir finden bestimmt eine andere Lösung.
Ah, that's right. I escaped by the skin of my teeth. The fact that I'm even alive to tell the tale must be a sign that the gods were watching over me.
What a horrible journey! And you set off knowing how dangerous it was? Why?
Well, because everything is just too restrictive over there. The atmosphere is so stifling. The Kanjo Commission subjects everyone leaving or entering the nation to a protracted approval process, and I felt like I didn't belong there.
Kanjo Commission? What's that?
Ach ja,
Along with the other two commissions, they oversee everything in Inazuma. We usually collectively refer to them as the Tri-Commission. I suppose they're equivalent to the 8 trades under the Liu Chising. One of the obligations of the Kanjo Commission is to conduct rigorous identity checks on all individuals leaving or entering Inazuma. All non-nationals are processed centrally on Rito upon arrival. Meanwhile, the Tenryo Commission is responsible for implementing the recently promulgated Vision Hunt Decree.
yep,
They act like the executive arm of the Raiden Shogun's rule.
davon haben wir auch schon
Loyal,
gehört.
yet
Das Augenharzdekret.
It doesn't feel good to speak ill of my home like this. But after spending so long under that oppressive atmosphere, I begin to lose all hope for the future.
Hat sie gerade schon irgendwas
What I
über
mean to
Yashiro
say
Commission
is,
gesagt?
Unless
Das
you
ist nämlich
have an
eigentlich
extremely
die,
compelling reason to go
die
to
am
Inazuma,
besten ist, so gefühlt.
you should abandon your plans of trying to get there.
Ich habe einen zwingenden Grund.
You should know that the sea around Inazuma is engulfed in a perpetual tempest of wind and rain. Supposing you survived that, you would still need to get past the samurai guards that enforce the Sakoku Decree, the closed nation policy of Inazuma. And even if you did manage to find a way, you'd still have to produce the necessary documentation at the Rito Center for processing Outlanders. Otherwise, you'd be kicked out immediately.
Seems like they really don't want anyone setting foot in Inazuma, huh?
Ha. Das ist doch eine legitime Route für Fremde, oder?
They only set that up as a port to guarantee a supply of goods and information to the island. Most Outlanders would be unable to acquire the documentation needed. But if you really are set on going, there is one thing you could try.
The raft idea sounds a little on the dangerous side.
Yep.
Plus, Paimon would definitely get seasick.
Ach,
That's not what I meant. You could ask someone from the Crux fleet if they have some way of getting you to Inazuma. They're well known in Liyue. Voyaging far and wide has made them a well-traveled group with a wide range of experiences. They may just know how to break through the storm.
tja, wisst ihr noch, als ich gesagt habe, werden Bedo bald über den Weg laufen. Ich glaube, in diesem Part ist es soweit.
But it's an armed fleet, right? Why would they agree to a request like this?
That part is up to you. If you're able to persuade their captain, Bedo, then
Yep.
the hardest part will be out of the way.
Das scheint unsere einzige Möglichkeit zu sein.
The Alcor is the flagship of the Crux fleet. I heard that it's currently anchored by Guyunstone Forest on a supply run. This might be your best chance.
Then there's no time to lose. Let's go find Captain Beto.
Also wir waren ja auch schon mal auf dem Schiff. Gehe zur Alcor. Yep. Können wir uns dahin TPen? Nein. Schade. Schade, schade. Aber ich glaube, wenn wir jetzt auf dem Schiff einmal waren, ab dem Zeitpunkt können wir uns dann dahin TPen. Was uns in Zukunft auch für spätere Events oder Zeug, was auf der Alcor ist, durchaus helfen könnte. Die Kristallschmetterlinge nehmen wir kurz mit. Denn diese brauchen wir ja, um Dinge herzustellen. Angereichertes Harz. So, und ich glaube, wir sollten auch von der Ausdauer her auf jeden Fall hinkommen. Ah, Slimes. Tschüssi. Der Grund, weswegen ich von hier aus schon fliege und jetzt nicht noch höher gehe, ist, weil ich weiß, dass weiter oben noch Abyss Mages kommen. Und wenn die auf uns schießen, während wir in der Luft sind, ist es ziemlich eklig. Deswegen lassen die sich schwer ignorieren. Dementsprechend, denke ich, machen wir das einfach so. Und balancieren auf den Rudern zum Schiff und gehen auf das Schiff. Warte mal, wie heißt sie? Ach, er. Kleiner Yui. Ich hab kleine Yai gelesen. Ich dachte so, ah, verdammt. Yai ist auch ein Charakter, den wir noch nicht kennen.
What have we got here? Wait, I know you. You're that traveler, aren't you? The one who fought against the Patuian Osile, right?
Es scheint, mein Uf eilt mir voraus, genau. Mein Ruf eilt mir voraus.
Ningguang told me about you. A traveler of great insight and remarkable skill has saved Liyue, she said. She's a hard one to please, so praise from her is high praise indeed. I remember thinking at the time that it'd be good to meet you in person. Judging by the clothes on your back and this floating thing, I guess that time has come.
Hey, the name's not Floating Thing. It's Paimon.
Ja, ist ja gut.
What a fascinating being. You two give off not only the essence of wind and earth, but also of... Yes, the stars.
Huh? The fragrance of what now? That's the weirdest compliment Paimon's ever heard.
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am certain that it is by fate, not chance alone, that we should meet. And that gives our encounter meaning.
Ist dieser Kerl zufälligerweise ein Barde? Weil so einen kennen wir schon.
You're not far off, but they go by a different name in Inazuma. This young man is Kaidahara Kazuha, a temporary addition to my crew for reasons I won't bore you with. Occasionally he opens his mouth and flowers come out instead of words.
Ah
With
ja.
this fine ship and the soft sea breeze, would it not be romantically irresponsible of me not to acknowledge it with a line or two of poetry?
No, I can't argue with that. Okay then. Once the clash is underway, I'll give you a chance to perform.
Only if the mood takes me, of course. Poetry for poetry's sake tends to lack meaning.
Hey, you don't want to pass this opportunity up too easily. Especially seeing as our great hero here might be in attendance.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash? Also, just to clarify, by great hero, do you mean...
Huh? I thought you might be here to sign up. You're telling me you've never even heard of it? The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There'll be a whole bunch of folks taking part to showcase their talents. There are 2 important rules. 1, competitors must be renowned fighters. We want those with real martial arts ability, not just people taking part for the fun of it. So,
Okay, also bin ich
got
schon mal
nothing to
raus.
worry about there. I don't think there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of you. 2, you can't take part if you've got a vision. Otherwise, things get a little one-sided.
Ja, das ist ein Problem. Ich habe zwar kein göttliches Auge, aber ich kann ja trotzdem so Elemente kontrollieren, als hätte ich eins.
You must be feeling confident, but you might want to watch out. There are a few crouching tigers and hidden dragons lurking around in Liyue. And with Liyue's savior taking part in the tournament, now that's gonna turn a few heads. I think we can expect a healthy turnout this time.
But we didn't come here to take part in a martial arts tournament.
Well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested to hear that the prize this time round is particularly sought after. Get this. It's a masterless vision.
Supplied by myself, as a matter of fact.
Oha.
If the tournament champion can reawaken that vision, it belongs to them.
Is there really such thing as a masterless vision?
Ja. Warum hat's keinen Besitzer?
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. But the shell that housed that light remains. As for whether this shell has any practical application, well, this remains to be seen. But my intuition tells me that while it remains in the world, it may just be possible for someone else to inherit it.
Yep. And the way I see it, a vision is a badge of recognition from the gods. So if anyone's able to rekindle it, it's gotta be an individual of exceptional strength and talent. Organizing the clash is my way of uncovering hidden talents. And hopefully this time, getting a vision to glow again. So if you don't have a vision, this is the perfect opportunity to get your hands on one of your very own.
Aber ein göttliches Auge ist ist für mich nicht von Nutzen. Wie gesagt, ich kann die Elemente auch ohne göttliches Auge kontrollieren. Und nicht nur ein Element, sondern bisher alle Elemente, mit denen ich in Kontakt gekommen bin.
Yeah, we're interested in getting to Inazuma, not fighting in some tournament.
Inazuma? You want to go there?
Well, why didn't you say so? Inazuma? No sweat. In that case, if you win the tournament, I'll give you a choice. Masterless Vision, or a ticket to Inazuma aboard the Alcor. Up to you.
Oh, das war einfach.
You just want him to take part in your tournament.
What's wrong with that? The more talent we have, the better the tournament will be. I couldn't let a competitor like you fall through the net.
What are we gonna do? Looks like we pretty much have to do this tournament if we want to get to Inazuma, huh?
Ja. Also das Selbstvertrauen dafür habe ich.
Great. Then let's get you signed up. Head to the tournament arena in Guyun Stone Forest. Kazuha and I will be over soon.
It seems like it will only be a matter of time before the answer is revealed.
Okay. Also nach Guyun. Boah, was? Wir können immer noch nicht hierher TPen. Das ist blöd. Weil wir müssen auf jeden Fall nochmal hierher kommen. Übrigens, da oben seht ihr einen Geoculus. Und die Arena ist natürlich auch ziemlich weit weg von unseren Teleportern. Egal, wir TPen uns mal hier hin und versuchen mal die Arena zu erreichen. Auf dem Weg dahin können wir gleich noch die Sternmuscheln einsammeln, die es hier so gibt. Denn die brauchen wir ja, falls wir Jelan noch bekommen. Auch wenn ich es nicht mehr glaube, weil wir kommen zu langsam an Urgestein. Wir könnten eigentlich mal wieder Spiral Abyss machen, fällt mir auf. Mal gucken. Vielleicht, wenn wir Stufe 35 erreicht haben und leveln können.
Beto said that they had to be renowned fighters. Who will we be up against?
Alles klar. Onkel Jun, wer bist denn du?
Hello, are you here to compete in the Crux clash?
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet?
Ich möchte mich erst etwas umsehen.
Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria if I were you. Then allow just anyone to take part.
Yep.
The Clash is a comprehensive test of fighting ability. Anyone who turns up for show over skill is gonna get their butt handed to them. Nobody wants to see that, right?
Yeah, we heard a rule about that. So, Paimon's wondering, are you a renowned fighter?
Me? Only a former runner-up in the Chihu Rock Freestyle Combat Summit. Oh yeah.
Ah ja. Nie davon gehört.
Also, that doesn't sound like the most official tournament out there.
What? You... Nonsense. Have you been living under a rock? It's been going on for years. There were plenty of competitors when I took part. Not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch treasure hoarders before. There were 2 of them trying to escape. I soon sorted them out. They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. They didn't know what hit them.
Ja, das kann
I
ich.
planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face and sent him flying. Then, the big guy pulled out a knife.
Yep.
I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurtling into a beam above us.
Klingt gefährlich.
I told you. Unarmed, outnumbered 2-1, but I still got the upper hand. I'm not saying I came out completely unscathed, of course, but the fact remains that I did manage to subdue the both of them, and hand them over to the Millilith. I received quite the commendation. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. But for us, even 4 or 5 treasure hoarders at a time is all in a day's work.
Yep. Ich weiß. Aber danke, dass du uns das mitgeteilt hast.
Alright, we're gonna keep looking around.
I'll see you in the arena, but I don't plan on losing to a pair of children anytime soon.
Unterschätze uns lieber nicht. So, auf zu den nächsten. Liang und Chai-Li.
Hi there, are you here for the Crux clash too?
That's right. Nothing beats real-life combat for honing your skills. That's what our master taught us. But this tournament is more than just a chance to put training into practice. It's also a chance for us to obtain the masterless vision.
Yep.
Exactly. With a vision, we'd quickly become our master's top students.
This master of yours must be pretty incredible, huh? Are they someone famous?
Famous? He's the founder of the Lingshan clan, and his skills are unparalleled. Liang and I are both proud disciples of his.
Die Lingshan-Schule?
You probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. The clan is nowhere near as famous as the master himself, anyway. He's got to be a grand master or something. He's created many different styles of kung fu, and countless other clans have borrowed extensively from him. To the Lingshan clan, he teaches a special technique known as force dispersal.
Force dispersal?
It's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself to harness the energy around you and neutralize attacks without moving an inch. For example, our master can use it to alter the path of an attacking fist, or change the direction of an incoming stone, all without breaking a sweat.
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a finger.
Ist das wirklich möglich?
It sure is, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate this ability. We've been training for ages and we're still getting to grips with the very basics. There's no way we could use it proficiently yet.
We're clearly not that naturally gifted, or we would have at least gotten the gist by now. If we don't start making progress soon, we'll probably run out of money to pay the tuition fees and still have nothing to show for all our training.
There's a tuition fee?
Of course! This is a Grand Master we're talking about here. He doesn't have time to waste. If you want face-to-face training, you've got to show you're sincere about it.
But here we are, having trained under him directly all this time without even a hint of improvement. Master is getting increasingly impatient with us. Recently, though, we heard that a vision bearer joined the Guhua clan and made pretty much instant progress in their training.
So,
Das
if we can
ist
get
dann
our hands on a
wohl
vision too,
Xingqiu.
maybe we can finally make our master proud.
Weil Xingqiu ist vom Guha-Clan. Also Guha-Kampfstil verwendet er. Ja, aber ein göttliches Auge wird dich nicht besser in der Kampfkunst machen.
Well, we have to try something new. Otherwise, we're stuck in the same situation.
Exactly. It can't hurt to try. And if it turns out it does work, the Lingshan clan will go down in history. Folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the dominant martial arts clan in all of Liyue.
Nun, ich kann es dir nicht verdenken, dass du es versuchst.
See you in the arena.
Alles klar. Dann auf zu dem nächsten. Da hinten. Jinju.
Hey, youngster. Are you here for the Crux clash too? If so, seems I've found myself another new adversary.
So you're also here for the tournament?
You better believe it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I could walk away as a champion. For me, obtaining a vision is the final and most important piece in the puzzle that is my life.
Willst du ein Abenteurer werden?
No. It's not about what I want to do. This is about who I want to be. I am looking to become a perfect person. I
Oh
know how
mein
that
Gott.
sounds, but let me explain. I've lived a successful life so far, without any setbacks. I've passed every exam I've ever taken, enjoyed numerous successful business ventures, and seem to get on with just about everyone socially. In most people's eyes, I am already the very embodiment of the perfect person. Though, of course, I'd never let the praise get to my head. I know I haven't reached perfection yet, because there's one thing I'm still missing. A vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
Hast du Turniererfahrung?
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to vouch for me. So they very kindly made special arrangements on my behalf. I've also brought along a bit of an entourage for moral support. It's such a blessing, really, to have so many good friends in my neighborhood. Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice, concentrating mostly on rare and esoteric styles of Kung Fu. As a high achiever by nature, I'm confident I've done enough to guarantee my victory in this tournament.
Sei dir da mal nicht so sicher.
Ha! You don't mince your words, do you? The arena will be the judge. Now then,
Da
if you
stimme
don't
ich zu.
mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long now before you'll get to see me in action.
So, to recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying way too much for their kung fu classes, and another guy who's just really average.
Ja,
Seems like you've got a pretty good chance of winning this thing.
das
Come
denke
on,
ich auch.
let's go sign up.
So, dann auf
Jinx
zur
a village
Anmeldung.
arm wrestling champion, huh? All right, you're signed up. Next, please. What's your name?
Jo, ich bin Tim.
Wait, aren't you? Did I hear that right?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why are they trying to enter the clash?
I have to ask. Aren't you the traveler that helped Liyue fight off that ancient god?
Das ist korrekt.
Oh, it's really him!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of parting.
Yep.
Oh, I wonder if I can get his autograph later.
I trust you are aware that only those without visions can enter the tournament?
Ich habe kein göttliches Auge.
Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in combat are nothing short of extraordinary. You walk into the most dangerous situations imaginable, face off against all sorts of monsters, even the Fatui, and always come out on top.
Yep, he still doesn't have a vision though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself would have no reason to lie. Now, could I ask you to provide a few claims to fame? It's just a formality for you, of course, but I have to make a record of competitors' achievements as part of the sign-up process.
Von mir aus schreibt
So
Valin
far,
und
I've
Osail
got
auf.
defeated the ancient god Osail, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Ja, ich habe übrigens auch Dvalin gerettet.
Yeah, put that down. And also defeated the Fatui Harbinger child.
Whoa.
Might as well declare him the champion already.
I wonder if it's too late to withdraw.
Okay, that's plenty. Actually, this is the most dazzling track record I've ever seen. By a long shot. Right, your registration is complete. Now, a brief word about the prize. A great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing. To win the tournament and claim the grand prize.
Also-
namely, a vision.
Eigentlich wollen wir nur nach
We're not here
Inazuma.
for that. We're here because Captain Beto promised to take us to Inazuma if we win the tournament.
Genau.
There's another prize, too? Oh, first I've heard of it.
Beto must have upped the stakes this time to attract top talent.
But why would anyone want to go somewhere as dangerous as Inazuma?
I see.
Wir haben unsere Gründe.
So, I take it you discussed your terms with Beto in advance, then?
Ich bin einfach nicht so interessiert an göttlichen Augen. Das ist alles.
Well, I'm sure a great hero has an important reason for being here. Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin. I'll leave you to your preparation.
Hey, so Paimon's thinking about that whole no vision bearers rule in this tournament. Even though you don't have a vision, most people in Teyvat think that you can't manipulate the elements without one.
Ja.
So Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use your elemental abilities during the tournament. You know, just to avoid any misunderstandings. In
Oh,
any
schade.
case, looking at the competition, it should still be pretty easy for you to win, even without using any elements, right?
Ja, das stimmt.
Alright, it's showtime! You got this!
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to compete?
Jo,
Good. Then please follow me into the arena.
let's go.
Our next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament. His first bout begins now.
You?
Aber das ist
You're
auch
the hero they're talking about?
unfair. Wir haben ein Schwert und der ist
What a strange guy.
unbewaffnet.
Why was he so confident to begin with? Well, now that we've won, let's go and see Beto. She'll probably have something to say to us.
Das ging schnell. Hi, Beto.
I knew I wouldn't regret introducing you as the favorite. So, what do you think, Kazuha? He totally dominated that guy and did it with style, too.
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some restraint, as if to protect the opponent from serious harm.
Well, I've fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I say, after the show he put on just now, he's more than convinced me of his ability. So
Yeah.
come on. We all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there. Can't you spare a word or two to congratulate our up-and-coming champion?
All right. Let me think how to aptly phrase these words of praise. You fought well.
All
Sehr
right,
gut.
then. I was thinking your inner poet might want to join in the fun,
Ja.
but
Wir
I
haben
guess
gut
I shouldn't
gekämpft.
put you on the spot like that. You know, a lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liyue's hero was entering the tournament. And since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than a few top-tier fighters among them. I'm sure lots of them are here to find out how they stack up against you.
Ich verstehe nicht, was die ganze Aufregung soll.
Well, since everyone sees you as the one to beat, I figure I should start treating you that way too. For one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are well below your level. Not to mention, you must be itching to fight someone in your league too, right? So, I'm putting you straight through to the semifinals.
Huh? But we only just started the qualifiers. Seems like a crazy system if we just skip straight to the semifinals.
Jo.
This is how Captain Beto works. You won't persuade her otherwise. Besides, at your level, you would have made it to the semifinals anyway.
Das erspart uns nur einiges an Arbeit. Also bin ich damit einverstanden.
Paimon was thinking that too.
Alright, I'm gonna watch some more of the tournament. If there's any potential contenders for you out there, I want to know who they are and what they're about. We're finally here, folks. The Rails show is about to begin.
The captain seems to have high hopes for this tournament. I have not seen her so excited in quite some time. Your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. This makes him a seasoned warrior. You may well be stronger than him, but this should not give you cause to lower your guard.
Aber das ist doch auch ein bisschen unfair, oder? Wenn der andere jetzt die ganze Zeit gekämpft hat, hat er sich ja schon ziemlich verausgabt und wir sind ziemlich frisch, weil wir nicht kämpfen mussten. Naja, ich habe nicht vergessen, warum ich hier bin.
Very well. Show me that you are ready to push through the storm that lies ahead.
Alright, that's enough chit-chat for now. The audience is waiting. Go find the crew member that signed you up. She'll take you into the arena.
Alles klar.
Your opponent in the semifinals is new to the Crux clash, but he has quickly become the dark horse of the tournament. I do not doubt your abilities, but I would suggest that you make sure you are fully prepared before you begin.
Relax. My guy's at the top of his game. He ain't gonna lose.
Jo, bin bereit.
Follow me.
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
I don't care about the prize. You're
Der
a
Typ ist
strong
tatsächlich
opponent.
stark.
That's what I'm here for.
What's the fury? Well taught. Yeah. 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 What?
Und damit haben wir ihn. Sehr gut. Der war aber schon stärker als der andere.
It's a good feeling. Congratulations. I was beaten by the best. I need to train harder.
Du hast selbst gut gekämpft.
Right. For a moment there, Paimon was a little worried. If you had a vision, you'd definitely be one of the strongest around.
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid. People said that if you're strong enough, you'll have your chance to get one. But mine never came. I lost interest eventually. You can't depend on a vision like you can your own body. I've fought and won against vision bearers before. The power they have was given to them by the gods. I don't envy it.
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try and get your hands on that masterless vision?
No, I didn't. I only
Okay,
wanted to
warum
pit
dann?
myself against other fighters and see who was
Ah.
the strongest.
Er ist so ein bisschen
Only
wie
in
Child.
defeat can you understand your
Aber er
weaknesses
ist quasi
and learn
lieb.
from them.
Und Child ist
So
böse.
I'm pleased with today's outcome. I don't often have the pleasure of experiencing defeat.
Wow. Now that's true strength talking.
If you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with me again. I will be stronger next time.
Ich auch.
By the way, do you know who else made it into the finals? Is it gonna be someone even tougher than you?
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't know. But what I have heard is that they're extremely quick. So don't get too cocky.
Alles klar.
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about our opponent in the final round. Paimon thinks we might need to up our game a little.
Alles klar. Onkel Jun.
Ah, it's you! I watched your match. What a stunning performance. I myself was eliminated in the third round. Shame. If only I could have advanced one more round.
Maybe next time, huh? By the way, do you happen to know who else advanced to the final round?
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. He is a formidable opponent, quick on his feet and swift to take advantage of his opponent's missteps. I faltered for but a brief moment, but before I knew it, he had me on the floor. Given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically strong opponents. But faced with a nimble, agile opponent such as him, I found myself completely out of my league. Still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
Dann reden wir mal noch mit Liang. Wo hat er eigentlich seinen Kumpel gelassen?
Hey there! Well, where did the other guy go?
Ja.
He tried to use force dispersal to deflect a punch, but instead he took it straight to the nose. There was blood all over the place. His opponent was pretty freaked out by it. He kept asking him, "Why didn't you dodge?" But he was pretty much out cold by that point and couldn't reply. "Why don't you dodge?" they ask. Because to not dodge is the very essence of Lingshan clan kung fu. It's just that he hadn't quite mastered it yet.
Ah ja, wie ist dein Kampf gelaufen?
Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him get from here to the boat to take him back to the harbor. But by the time I got back, my scheduled match time had already passed and I had to forfeit. I don't dare tell my master about this, otherwise I'd never hear the end of it. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this. I'm afraid I'm still a bit out of sorts at the moment, so I probably won't be able to help you with whatever you were here to ask me about.
Oh, alright then. Hope your buddy makes a swift recovery. Hang in there.
Thanks, I'll do my best.
Yep. So.
We still haven't got any useful information yet. Maybe we can go talk to Beto. Surely she's gotta know something.
Also, wir wissen bisher, dass er schnell und ja, schwer zu treffen ist.
You gave an outstanding performance. Truly commendable. I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind, and it could have cost you the match. But you were quick to adapt, and managed to claim victory over your opponent. That is a most invaluable skill.
Du hast ein scharfes Auge.
In fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard. The ground beneath your feet, and the pattern of your breathing. But it is nothing remarkable, for I discerned nothing more than Captain Beto did.
He's right. But in my case, I was purely relying on previous experience. I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new for you, huh?
Ja, zum Glück ist es fast vorbei.
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final round. Do you think they'll be stronger than the one we faced in the semifinals?
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily stronger. They tend to have something unique about their style. As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has superior form. It's also obvious that he's seen his fair share of battles. What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
Vorsicht ist besser als Nachsicht.
If that is the case, then I have a proposal for you. Let's go somewhere a little quieter, shall we? I haven't properly introduced myself yet. In the land of Inazuma, I was a wandering samurai.
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the same time, when you talk, you don't really sound like someone who's used to waving a sword around.
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. But on the straggling path of a wandering samurai, is there harm in acquiring a surplus skill? I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess, but I myself have witnessed reputable fighters hailing from across the lands. I do possess some knowledge regarding your opponent's particular skill set. Given your talents, A few hints from me will be all that's necessary to bring your opponent down.
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit there?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. You must know your enemy. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt. Such impressive feats require more than just bravery alone.
You betcha! Wait a second. We never told you that we've been to Mondstadt.
Does one not leave a trail when traveling through the wild? In return, nature also leaves its traces upon you. However, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. I sense that many things about you elude me still.
Okay.
These are the things I am curious to know about. Come with me. Some post-match entertainment is in order.
Ja, dann folgen wir doch mal dem guten Kazuha. TPen wir uns einfach hier hin, würde ich sagen. Da sind wir nämlich relativ schnell an dem Ort, wo wir sein sollen.
Now that we're alone, let me cut to the heart of the matter. You are skilled in manipulating the elements. And not just a single element, but multiple. Is that correct?
Kein Wunder, dass du es in der Arena nicht angesprochen hast.
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the moment we met. You've known all along.
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental abilities, let's just say it would cause some unwanted misunderstandings.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to use elemental skills even in the heat of a match.
Das stimmt, aber woher wusstest du das?
When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, this is not poetic symbolism at play. I mean these things in the truest sense possible. Since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. I hear the breath of the wind and the whispers of the leaves. It is things of this nature that I also hear from within you. Nothing more.
As crazy as all that sounds, somehow Paimon still believes you.
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your incredible feats. To think a human could wield the elements without a vision, and not to mention your incredibly complex scent, like that of some mysterious being.
Hey, stop evaluating us based on our smell. It's weird.
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain
Trotz,
your
Paimon, wir haben
combined
das selber
elemental
auch schon
abilities?
gemacht, wegen der Parfümquest. Alles, was ich getan habe, war eine Statue der 7 zu berühren.
Extraordinary. So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learn to channel elemental energy and even wield it in combat?
Das ist alles Paimons Wissen zu verdanken.
Aw, it's nothing really. Paimon just told them whatever came to mind. It's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Somehow, he just naturally learned to use the elements through it all. Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand how it all works.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods and the visions they grant. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the elements. Perhaps it may yet reveal something to me. Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair exchange.
Endlich ein echter Kampf.
Now then, let's test your skills, shall we?
Oh. Slimes. Naja gut, dann eben Slimes.
Teamwork is
Grüße.
dreamwork. Let's light it up.
Burn!
Ups. Bist du zufrieden?
Your skills in battle are truly beyond reproach. Even with your opponent's speed, he shouldn't be able to overwhelm you. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance, which enables him to execute moves that many would find impossible. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat his opponents. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, then his attacks should pose no threat to you.
Ich danke dir. Ich werde ihn nicht unterschätzen.
Please, save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you for the opportunity to witness your command of the elements that defies all known principles.
Eigentlich habe ich gar nicht gekämpft, sondern die Luke und Xingqiu und Bennett.
And one will always encounter that which is still unknown.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own? Why are you so intent on exploring the connection between visions and the elements?
I desire to know what meaning visions have to the gods, and what influences the gods' decision to grant humans these visions. My apologies. You must be completely in the dark regarding such matters. For allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways, I am willing to answer any questions you may have regarding Inazuma.
Ich tappe in der Tat im Dunkeln. Also, klär mich bitte auf.
So that's what you're curious about? Then allow me to tell you more. As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently underway in Inazuma.
Ja, davon haben wir
Visions are a
gehört.
gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their visions confiscated inexplicably. Sometimes in circumstances that leave their original recipients dead. In the outset, supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting visions to living beings, then does the current Electro-Archon now doubt these criteria, or even the act in and of itself? Not to mention, with no new Electro-visions having been granted for such a long time, it would seem that we can infer something of the Raiden Shogun's feelings on the matter.
She sounds less like an Archon and more like a tyrant.
As far as I know, she is an Archon that pursues eternity. She will relentlessly carry out her will with no regard to what others may think or feel. Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. But what does Inazuma's pursuit of eternity bring to its people? It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare well these days.
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning would do.
Das stimmt.
Have you encountered the Electro-Archon before?
Ich bin mir nicht sicher.
With time, we will change. But the Shogun will remain the same. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. Ah, the time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right! We got so distracted talking about Inazuma that Paimon forgot all about the tournament!
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together.
Ja, lass uns zusammengehen.
Very well. Let's go. I wish to see who will obtain the vision.
Das ist nämlich ganz cool, da werden wir direkt hingeportet.
Why isn't he here yet? Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! Your attention, please! We've reached the climax of the Crux clash! This is the final match! We've seen many exciting battles today, and now at long last, the 2 finalists have emerged.
Okay.
Now I'd like to introduce our first combatant. Though few have seen him, his reputation knows no bounds. He strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of his name causes even the Fatui Harbingers to turn pale in the face. Introducing Liyue's traveling hero!
Wow!
Das bin ich! Let's go!
I've been waiting for this moment!
I'm sure everyone witnessed his thrilling match in the semifinals. But today's final round will surely take things up a notch. As for our other combatant, he still hasn't arrived. Oh, come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just forfeit for not showing up like in previous rounds. This is the finals. Apologies, everyone just sit tight.
Vielleicht hat er sich die Zeit falsch gemerkt.
They've got no other choice. If he doesn't show up, we'll just have to postpone the match.
Wait a moment. Something doesn't seem right about this. Captain Beto, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler, come with us.
Ach, was ist nun schon wieder los?
Let me see. It's gone all right. The vision is missing.
Huh? Did somebody steal it?
Oh, Mann.
Do such a thing in broad daylight.
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain Beto.
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature's watchful gaze. The culprit has only acted recently. They will not have gotten far. The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain to get it back.
Well, if you insist. I'll leave the matter to you then. I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation to all the spectators that came to see the match.
If you would, please come with me.
Es scheint, dass wir nichts anderes tun können.
But we're on an island. Where could he have possibly run to?
Come with me. I can sense the winds are coming.
Gut, dann würde ich sagen...
A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance.
Oh.
Ride the winds upward. From there we can continue our search for clues.
Komm schon!
By the way, what made
Grüß
you suddenly
dich.
think of checking the price in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't you stop him?
You'll see shortly.
He's so sorry.
Ja, okay, das sollte recht easy von der Hand gehen. Hat er was gedroppt? Sehr schön, er hat was gedroppt. Sehr cool. Dann gehen wir die Hinweise untersuchen.
winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Warum sind diese Windcurrents so, dass sie uns quasi zu hoch
This way.
hinausschießen?
There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Tschüssi.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected.
Grüße.
In which case, please stand back.
Was, wir sollen den Kampf übernehmen lassen, oder wie? Sehr schön. Und weiter geht's. Hier lang. Hier lang sollen wir. Da haben wir eine Sternmuschel, die nehmen wir mit. Grüß dich.
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and still you caught up to me.
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
Yep.
Wind? What are you talking about? Oh, I get it. Your vision. Drat! If I only had a vision. Or, if I could activate this one, then you'd never be able to catch me!
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems you know precious little about how to conceal yourself from nature's gaze. Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into, and on top of that, I could hear your boasting and proud laughter in the wind as I was pursuing you. In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand heist, namely speed, stealth, and style.
You...
But most disappointing of all is the state of the vision in your hand. It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire indiscriminately.
Fine, fine. I admit it. I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register after hearing that this fighting contest was full of a bunch of lousy fighters. I fought my way to the finals and...
Aha! So you were supposed to be our opponent!
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along, but then you showed up. After watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision so easily after coming all this way. Since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone's attention was on you and Beto. I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow you still managed to catch up to me.
Gib mir das göttliche Auge.
After all I went through to get it? I think not.
Tu einfach, was wir sagen, und es wird keine weiteren Konsequenzen geben.
Really?
Wenn du das göttliche Auge aufgibst, lassen wir dich gehen.
Fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't activate once I took it anyway. It's nothing but a useless shell to me.
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing is breaking the culprit's arms.
Huh? You're not serious, are you?
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and you damaged the reputation of the captain of the Crux fleet. It seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on your forehead with a hot iron.
Whoa, whoa! We don't need to go that far, do we?
I never would have guessed you could be so cruel. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
What are you trying to do?
No, my sword!
Auch ein Fight wird dich nicht retten können. Und tschüss.
No, no. Do what you want, but please, don't brand my forehead, please!
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms near. Yet still the gods do not bestow their favor upon him. Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my mind. No further punishment for you.
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you asking for more punishment? It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable, and fits the way of the samurai.
No need for that. Thank you for releasing me. You truly are generous.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it. Were you just trying to scare him?
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision remained in his hands. When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. I thought it may be an opportunity for him to awaken the vision. But unfortunately, nothing happened.
Du hattest das also die ganze Zeit geplant.
Yes. I wanted to know whether it were possible for an extinguished vision to be reawakened. From the moment he stole the vision, I decided to use him for this experiment. I've tried many other methods in the past, though few tales tell of a masterless vision reawakening. After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible. Come, why don't you give it a try? Let's see if you can give me the answer I'm hoping for.
The vision didn't seem to respond at all.
I see. So you are also unable to rekindle the vision. No matter. This was expected. I suppose this vision is still mine to take for now.
Warum bist du so entschlossen, das göttliche Auge wieder aufleben zu lassen?
Yeah, what's the story behind this vision anyway?
The story begins with an old friend.
Und wir kriegen eine Cutscene.
He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day, I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless. But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling beauty of nature that lies along the way, while still retaining the warrior way in my heart.
Kazuha.
Er hat also seinen Freund verloren.
It's just another way of saying I do as I please. All right then, it's time we returned.
Wenn du mehr reden willst, bin ich da und höre zu.
Do not let my feelings trouble you. But thank you.
So, wir sollen zurück zur Arena. Oh. Wir sind ganz schön weit geflogen, fällt mir gerade auf. Ja gut. Dieses Mal werden wir auch leider nicht geportet. Das heißt, wir müssen uns selbst wieder auf den Weg dorthin machen. Und nachdem wir da den Bericht erstattet haben, denke ich, werden wir den Part auch beenden, denn der ist jetzt schon wieder einmal ziemlich lang. Aber ich mache es ja auch gerne für euch, ne? Außerdem, wo bitte hätte ich den Part sonst unterbrechen sollen? Ich meine, wir hatten die ganze Zeit im Turnier von der Crux zu tun und ja, es gab halt keinen passenden Zeitpunkt. Also dann, Juhan, wir haben das göttliche Auge zurückgeholt.
Maybe she went back to her ship.
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady Ningguang. It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time and has attracted her attention.
Okay.
Captain Beidou was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor.
It's not unusual for those two to be at odds with one another.
But still, Captain Beidou was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion. She had been looking forward to it for quite some time.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final round. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea of stealing the prize took hold in his mind. In which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear-cut conclusion.
Yep.
Huh? So that's what happened? If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified, and our hero here is the champion.
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like this.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor deserved. Now, let me go prepare the champion's medal to award you.
Werden wir jetzt nach Inazuma reisen können?
Yes, I believe so. Though Captain Beto is no longer present here, I'll be sure she receives word of it. She is a woman of her word. But the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued by a perpetual tempest the entire trip. In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment of the Raiden Shogun's will to close the nation.
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the weather just with the power of her mind?
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 Archons. If Liyue's Morax could form Guyun's stone forest by casting down his stone spears, then it should come as no great surprise that the Raiden Shogun is capable of summoning an eternal tempest. Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need some time. You will be notified once all the preparations have been made. In the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will travel all across the vast lands of Liyue in the hope of finding a way to reawaken the vision.
Du solltest vielleicht mit den Chising reden oder mit Xingqiu.
May both our journeys prove meaningful. One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the storm may well prove to be the most arduous.
Wir hatten schon viele Schwierigkeiten. Dementsprechend denke ich, dass wir okay sein werden. Ja. Aber, wie bereits angesprochen, ich bedanke mich für eure Aufmerksamkeit und beende an dieser Stelle aber den Part, denn nach Inazuma reisen, das tun wir wann anders. Ich hoffe, euch hat dieser Part gefallen. Wenn dem so ist, würde ich mich über ein Like und ein Abo sehr, sehr freuen. Vergesst nicht, die Glocke zu aktivieren, um keine zukünftigen Parts zu verpassen. Und diejenigen, die die alten Parts noch nicht gesehen haben, für die habe ich am Ende des Videos eine Playlist verlinkt. Da einfach draufklicken und die anderen Parts nachschauen. Ich verabschiede mich von euch. Bis zum nächsten Part. Ciao, ciao.